Hey warriors, I hope you're all doing good. Here's a quick question for all of you. What do you think is the secret sauce which makes a ranker for an exam? What exactly do they do differently from all of us that they end up getting that AI or word in their names and we just lose out the battle? Let me tell you the secrets. I've had a few interactions with all the rankers, and I think based on my understanding from everyone I've heard from, these are 5 critical things which I've seen every ranker do properly. First is simplifying things. People, the one mistake which I've seen a lot of people making for their exams is that they feel reading it from the ICA Bare Act, reading it as technically as possible is only the way to go. Let's understand this very clearly, people. If you do not understand what is happening there, how exactly do you feel like you will be able to interpret it? When you are going to just mug up and vomit in the exam, then you're anyway not going to solve the purpose. And so the first thing I've seen any ranker do differently, people, is that they come up with simplifying the most complex of the provisions and making an understanding which gives them the benefit of doing things better than anyone else. Second, and the most important thing, is that they believe in summarizing notes. It is a long drawn case, people, where people come and think that only if you read from an ICI study material worth 5,000 pages is the only way to clear for an exam. That is not how it operates. Especially for a subject like direct taxes, when things can get overwhelming after a certain point of time due to the content which you have in your hand, it is important that you summarize notes properly. And therefore, most of the rankers I've had an interaction with have always come and told me that they ensure that the books are summarized in the sense that they are able to read only so much that they need for their exams. Third is a continuation to point number 2, people, is a no nonsense approach. Very simple. If you know that your content has 500 and 1000 pages, which has a lot of stories given, backgrounds given, history given, which you know ICI is not going to ask you, why spend time and efforts during that 1.5 days preparing for those things? Your summary notes or your final topic should only have those many things which you need for your exams. Things which you need and will be able to articulate during your exams is what is the best way to go. Swaying away your attention to other things which is not going to give you an impact is never the way to go in exams. And this is what a ranker does differently from all of us. Because let's be honest, people, everyone who has a book always has this mindset that if this book has 500 pages, unless I have submitted the whole 500 pages before my exams, I don't think I'll ever feel confident, right? And therefore, a human mentality, people, is to complete every single word in that 500 pages before you go for your exam. What if I come and told you that the rankers are actually only reading 80 pages out of that? 80 pages is what they're paying attention to. And so once they complete their 80 pages, the confidence which you got after 500 is the confidence they have already built themselves by reading just 80 pages. Imagine the content difference and at the same time the effectiveness which they create based on what you have prepared and what they have prepared. Fourth and the most critical thing is to put yourself in ICI shoes. The one thing which they do differently, people, is to not just pay attention to what they're preparing, is to also pay attention on how ICI is testing you, people. Looking at the past papers, looking at how everyone does what they have been doing in the past, looking at the template which ICI follows, focusing on topics which ICI pays more attention to. Those are the things which a ranker does differently in order to ensure that yes, they know how much they should be reading and what they should be paying more attention to. Last is the most important thing. No matter how much hard you prepare for that 6 to 8 months for your exams, people, the game changes in that 1.5 days before your exams. The biggest mistake which I see most of the students making is that by the time they have completed their law paper and approached direct taxes and indirect taxes, they're already so overwhelmed that in that 1.5 days of preparation, they're not even able to complete one time reading of both the subjects. And therefore, no matter how hard they've prepared earlier, they don't have enough ability in their mind right now to comprehend what is happening, and therefore the exam gets lost there itself. Rankers ensure that their content is as crisp as possible and as small as possible so as to ensure that before exams they're able to complete not just one but at least 2 to 3 revisions so that they can confidently go in their exam and ensure that to the extent they know they're able to deliver there. These are the 5 different things which a ranker does. I hope most of you who are watching this video and who have probably seen other rankers video and all or have spoken to other rankers are able to relate to what I'm saying. But here's the thing. It's already too much time, people. You're already too much into your classes. You're already too much into learning. You're still just processing what is happening right now. You don't really have the luxury to prepare all these 5 items for yourself. Agreed, not agreed. What if I come and told you that this is already ready? What if I come and told you that I am here available with all the materials which you need to make this 5 things a reality, and I can just share it across with you people and you can become a ranker with no time on this? Sounds amazing, right? Here is me coming and declaring my statement to you. I'm very, very happy to launch to you guys the one thing which I've already been discussing for a very long time, my very own Taxation 101 Rankers Edition. Yes, we discussed about this sometime back in a video which I shot for the purpose of clarifying about the batch people. But here is me coming and putting a detailed video on what exactly do I mean. Your Taxation 101 Rankers Edition, prepared for the purpose of CA Inter, covers 4 modules, and that 4 modules covers the 5 aspects which we just discussed. Your concept guide, your solutions guide, your MCQ guide, and your cheat sheet, the most amazing thing we have ever created. Yes, 4 books and you're done, ready for your exams. I don't call this as Rankers Edition because I tell that this is only for rankers. I call this as a Rankers Edition to clarify to you, using this you can become a ranker. This is a book destined for every person who aims to be a person, wants to clear CA Inter with a rank, and wants to tell the world that yes, you know what, I deserve to be in CA final. That is what my promise is with these books. These 4 books, and this is my commitment as I start this class, start this video itself, people, is that by the time I complete discussing of these books and by the time you complete reading of all these 4 books, a person is guaranteed to get at least 49 out of 50 in exams using this. At least 49 out of 50 in exams using this. 50 marks of direct tax, 49 is guaranteed here. Rahul, what is this 1 mark? Why are you not taking it? It looks like a Dettol ad. No, people, no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard any faculty tries, I say I will always like to test you that 1 out of the blue question, and that's something to be as a normal loss only. You can't avoid that at any point of time. But if you are already thinking like a ranker, you already know that you don't have to pay attention to that 1 mark, but pay attention to the 49 marks. The 49 is what we're focusing on, people, and these 4 books help you get that. What do I mean by this? Let's start understanding each book, people, so that you understand first thing. First rule of thumb we told, simplifying things. The first book which I'm going to be sharing across with you, people, is called as your concept guide. Your concept guide is basically a summarized version of your complete income tax CA Inter syllabus for your exams. The 1000 pages which ICA has launched as a module is now summarized in a whooping 183 sites for you. A beautifully designed book which will be shared across with all of you, which will be given as a part of the package. 184 sites is what you'll be reading, people, not more, not less. But here's my commitment to all of you. For those people thinking, Rahul, 1000 pages covered in 184, maybe you have missed something out. No. This is my open challenge to anyone who is watching this video, that if you're able to find a single thing which is missing in the topic and is found relevant for your exams, I will give you this copy for a free of charge at no additional cost, and I will bear all the expenses from my end. What exactly has been done different in order to make it 183 pages is what I will probably show it to you quickly, people. Yes, your CA Inter concept guide Taxation 101 starts with a preface which comes and clarifies what exactly does this book cover off. First things, let me clarify to you, people, the book is a completely color coded book. No boring black and whites which you see in ICS study material. Complete colors splashing over the book so that you feel excited about reading this book, whether you do it with me or you do it alone with yourself. Covers are made in that sense. Yes, your preface now covers 23 chapters covering only 184 sites and 100% of the syllabus fully in the syllabus. Yes, what exactly do we have done differently, people? First, and the critical thing, your sums are not part of this book. Your sums are a part of a different book, and therefore the savings happen there. Second, the things which ICI writes in technical language of the law, which they have to then explain 5 more pages with illustrations and everything, have now been covered in the most simplest of the English, which you don't have to pay too much time and stress upon, right? And that saves me 5 sites over what ICI would have spent on. Yes, so simplifying the English is what the way we have approached, and that is what you need for your exams also. If you are able to look at the book and you're itself able to understand what is happening in the book, then what is the big challenge you're going to have, right or not? Yes, how does this operate, people? Let me show you a quick example. If I take you through what we call as your rates of taxes, yes, your heading starts with purple, then your important text starts with red, items which are important to be focused upon. But as a ranker, people, the one thing which any ranker does and is extremely happy to do is that every time they make a mistake, they ensure that they mark those mistakes and they clarify to themselves that yes, this is a mistake which I made right now, but I will ensure I never make it in the future when I go for my exams. Here is me coming and declaring to you that all those mistakes are also already highlighted for you. items which you will make a mistake on or potentially make a mistake on, because that is what my experience of the last 5 years tell you, is that those items have also been highlighted in the book, so that you now know that these items have to be paid attention to for your exam purposes, so that you don't make a mistake on those. Then comes in your important pieces, people, your amendment topics. Since CA Inter has a lot of amendments, amendments are all highlighted in green, so that you now know what has to be paid attention to for your exams. Yes, those are also covered here. But at the same time, people, sometimes when you try to start summarizing and simplifying things, there may be an opportunity that students may start missing out certain important points. To ensure that that does not happen, boxes have also been delegated and prepared, so that you now know that yes, this is something which I could have missed out, but now you will not. Here is me coming and telling you, people, that if you enter an exam room, if you enter a classroom and your faculty comes and tells you that these are the things to be made note of, you don't have to do it anymore. It's already there in the book. Yes, you just have to take this book, plainly read it for yourself, maybe make a few pencil markings and all, so that you can feel happy about it and you feel proud about the book yourself, and then you can close the book there itself. This is the kind of details we have done on this book, people. No difficulties at any point of time. Items have been so beautifully designed that you have now simple logics used for every topic. Net winnings have been given in the simple formula based, rather than reading big English for your exams. Totally not required. Formats have been given to you, summarized tables have been given to you, so that you understand how to present it for your exam as well. That is also taken care of. But most amazing thing we have done, people, is to summarize things which can be summarized. This is a residential status of an individual chart, which will now cover the whole residential status of an individual, the ROR, the RNOR, the NR, everything covered in just one chart. Imagine reading this one chart over 6 pages. What would you prefer? Completing this chart itself, your residential status chapter itself is over. You don't even need to read anything else in this chapter. Imagine how awesome that can be, right? That is the kind of power we have created in this concept guide. That is the kind of level of detailing we have done in the concept guide in order to ensure you people do extremely well. You will not find any technical language in this whole book, people. Even a person who has not taken a batch in the past will be able to appreciate this book. That is the kind of efforts we have put in this book to ensure that you people enjoy this book. Completely colors, no changes which you see here. All colors which are used here, same colors will be followed for your classes also. So headings are given in purple, your text is given in black, your important points are given in red, your amendments are given in green. Important things which will make a mistakes are now given in yellow. Some additional notes from my side which will help you understand the topic a little better are now given in green. Summary charts have been given in all steps of the way. Important things which are things which people don't pay attention to, or things which you are not feeling comfortable discussing about, those things have now been summarized properly also, so that you can do it very beautifully well in a concept guide format, people. That is also done for you completely in this concept guide. I don't know what better can you do in this thing. One guarantee I've given to all my students, and I've still appreciated on this, people, is that a person who has ever bought a concept guide has never come back and told me anything wrong about it. They've always come and told me this one simple thing, that they have never felt DT can be that interesting to read unless they found this book in their hand. That is my commitment to you when it comes to the concept guide. A beautiful guide which you can purchase from Amazon, from CA Classroom, or from Proficiency app, people, whatever feels comfortable to you. I am flexible at any point of time. No matter where you purchase it from, the delivery will happen personally by me, so therefore there is no challenges here. Feel free to place your order anywhere and you should be given the copy in your hand. Books are charging meager 399 rupees. 399 rupees for you to cover that 180 sides, for you to complete your whole syllabus in the most beautiful fashion. Step number 1, summarizing your notes. No nonsense approach and completely covering everything. But second thing comes, people, is to know ICS pattern. You cannot know an ICS pattern unless you know how ICS tests you questions. And therefore, the second thing for a direct tax paper is to know how to solve sums. Here comes in your second book, your solutions guide. The green color book which you see on the screen, people, the book which will now cover your questions. Here is me coming and giving you commitment that this is the most comprehensive coverage of all your questions which are there in ICI, because this book does not just cover your questions from the study material. Trust me, people, that you could have done yourself also. I have taken efforts for the past 10 to 15 years to go through all the past exam papers, your RTPs, your MTPs, your practice manual as well of 2016 and prior, to ensure that all that questions which are not there in your study material but have some very critical adjustments relating to a topic which ICI may test, could test, or has tested, All the three tenses have been covered in this one solutions guide for you. Yes, a 500 pages solutions guide, people, which will be given across to you in order to prepare for your exams and practice for your syllabus. This is how the concept guide looks like. It now covers three sections, people. Section number 1, which discusses about your ICI questions. Section number B, which talks about your past papers, whether you call it RTPs, MTP, past exam papers, no matter what you call it. References are also given on the bottom, people, so that you know how many times if ICI asks the same question or the similar type of question, so that you can pay more attention to those questions and prepare for your exams. But here is the extra part. Section number C talks about your author questions. What exactly do you mean author questions, people? Sometimes it so happens that ICI has an important topic, but some reason ICI has not given any questions in the past, nor has given any examples in your ICI study material also. But it may so happen at an eventual stage, people, that ICI may test this in the future. And therefore, section number C is my designed special questions focusing on those specific topics, so that you are able to practice on those also and prepare well for your exams. That is also done in this book, which means by the time a person completes the solutions guide, people, you will have a complete understanding of everything given in your concept guide, all provisions with the practical application also, and now also knowing how ICI has been testing questions in the past, testing adjustments in the past, the kind of adjustments which ICI keeps repeating itself for. All things will be covered in your ICI solutions guide already for you. What more do you need for your exams, right? 500 pages of this book and you are already done for your syllabus. Yes, this is the ICI's Taxation 1 solutions guide. This book will now be available for all the people who are purchasing the concept guide for absolutely free. The PDF copy of this will be given to you across absolutely free the moment you message me and tell me that, Rahul, I have your concept guide in your hand. For students who are purchasing up my batch, the whole full CA Inter batch will be given a hard copy of the questions part of the solutions guide, so that we can practice it during the classes itself. Yes, so for all the students who are buying the batch, you don't have to worry, this will be given as a part of your printed copy itself. And for those students who have bought my concept guide, just drop me a message, talk to me, and I will have this PDF copy shared across with you for absolutely no extra charges for you to prepare completely without any challenges. Third book, and yes, it's still a work in progress, people, is your MCQ guides. This book will now help you cover your 30% of your ICI's question, which will be tested in your exams. While yes, this is still a work in progress and therefore I'm not discussing on this much, people. The reason is very simple. Since ICI has just now completed your Jan 2025 exams, ICI has yet to launch the latest amended MCQs for your May 25 and onward exams. And therefore, I am not going into this model of printing out 5,000 to 10,000 MCQs, giving it to you and telling you to go and mug it up. No, I want to keep it very real and tell you only those MCQs which ICI has been putting across, so that you really know what exactly is the level of questions which ICI can test you. I do not want to complicate life by giving you small one-liners of MCQs and wasting your time. So this MCQ guide will now only cover your ICI related case study booklet, your past RTPs, your past MTPs, your past exam paper MCQs, which ICI has tested in the past, so that you can only prepare for those levels of detailing which ICI has been testing in the past. This will take a month or more, people, because ICI has yet to launch these MCQs, but the moment it is done, it will also be shared across. All students, whether you're part of the batch or not part of the batch, it does not matter. The moment you buy a concept guide, the free PDF copy will be shared across with you the moment you drop me a message. For all the students who are part of the batch, this PDF copy will be shared across with you as soon as the books are ready. So therefore, there is no problem on those. But the last and the most important thing for your exam, the one challenge which I've been noticing a lot of students doing, is that even 180 pages can certain point of time become overwhelming, because you have indirect taxes to cover. Sometimes covering the indirect tax takes too much time that even 180 pages looks too much for a person reading direct taxes. And therefore, for the last 1 year, me and my friends, my students, my past CA Inter qualified and now CA finalist students have been working on something extremely critical, and that is what we have now: the income tax cheat sheet. The income tax cheat sheet, people, an A3 designed cheat sheet which will be shared across with all of you in order to complete the whole total income syllabus in just a matter of 12 sides. 12 sides, people. I'm not kidding. 180 pages summarized into 12 sides, where you are focusing on 1,000 pages of ICI. This is the kind of detailings we have done, and I'm not kidding about it, people. This is not me coming and telling that I'm just wasting time and showing you things which are not important. Here is some my summary of how the cheat sheet will look like, people. Your cheat sheets now have an A3 template covering the whole total income in just a matter of 12 sites, with a preface and a whole template of how you should present it in your exams as well. So if you get a question in exam, regardless of what head of income it is pertaining to, just follow this template in your ICA exams and you should get full marks out of this. Yes, for example, if I have to show it to you quickly, I have created a table where there are 3 columns, if you notice, on the amount side. On the left side is your income from salaries, where if you get a question relating to income from salaries, this is the template to follow. You start from basic pay, you move on forward to allowances, then you move on forward to your retirement benefits, then you move on forward to your perquisites, and so on and so forth. All covered syllabus of your concept guide, your ICS study material for that matter, in the most simplest of the language, people. This is my no nonsense approach on how you should be approaching your exams, forgetting all the extra text, extra English which you should be reading for your exams, the fillers and the context which is not important for your exams, now summarized in this cheat sheets. Items given in red, which you see on the screen, people, while when you print it out in a black and white model, it look a little more appealing to you, but items given in red or maroon are those items which are available in alternate tax regime but not available in default tax regime. So as you keep completing the head of income itself, you know what is to be considered for alternates and you know what is to be considered for defaults. But items in the current year, because you have amendments in default tax regime, items in green are those items which are additional benefits given in default tax regime vis-a-vis your alternate tax regime. If this much amount of details are already inside this cheat sheet, what exactly do you think you need other than this? Yeah, yes, cheat sheets covering all your heads of income, people, your heads of income of salaries, then you have your heads of income relating to HP, then you have your PGBP covered in 3 beautiful columns, items to be added, items to be subtracted, items to be ignored, all covered here. Once you do that, then you have your capital gains in the format of full value of consideration, cost of acquisition, net transfers, and all those things. How do you determine what exemptions to be taken for your capital gains? Moving on to IFOS and what kind of adjustments you may have under IFOS, including your dividend incomes, your clubbing of income provisions, your set off summarized in just 5 to 6 rows number of your tables. Then you have your chapter 6 reduction completely covered in the most logical sense. And then after you arrive at a total income, modifying it to your adjusted total income. Think about this, people. The moment you are done with your total income and adjusted total income, if you just add upon this with your rates of taxes, add upon this your TDS, add upon this your return filing chapter, add upon this your residential status, you are technically done with the syllabus itself. Yes, so which means 12 sides of your heads of income plus an additional small 5 chapters, and you are done with the whole syllabus of direct tax preparation for your exams. How much time do you think a person can spend on 12 sides for that matter? Maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Okay, maybe 2 hours. Let me put 2 hours also for a candid model. 1.5 days life, you're only spending 2 hours into completing your whole direct tax piece. Imagine the kind of revisions you can do for direct taxes. Imagine the kind of time you can spend for indirect taxes. Gone are the days where a faculty has to come and tell you that yes, you can only cover the subject once reading, so fill it properly. Here is Rahul coming and committing to you that you can complete the whole direct tax reading for 3 times one day before the exam, 2 more times the day of your exam. 5 revisions can be done of your direct taxes the day of your exams. Imagine 5 revisions of your subject. Amazing it is going to be. The confidence which you will have on yourself, the proud feeling you will have that yes, you're going into a subject like that. People, if you have come to that confidence level for your exams, tell me who can come and tell you that you cannot get 49 out of 50. This is my promise to you. If you are already ready to get 49 out of 50, do you think you are anywhere lesser than a rank holder? No. You can go and outright tell the world that yes, you are standing as a rank holder here and you're proud to be a CA inter qualified, now moving to CA finalist. That is my promise to you after this cheat sheets. Cheat sheets, again, people, are absolutely free of charge for everyone who buys the concept guides. Will not be charged anything extra. Just drop me a WhatsApp message and I'll be sending out the free PDF copy to all of you. You are feel free to just go out to a Xerox guy and just tell him that you want this 12 sides printed in A3 sheets and they should be able to support you. A3 sheets to max cost you 1.5 rupees per page or something like that. So you can buy this, print it out. You can get this printed out in just a matter of 20 to 25 rupees and you're already done with the cheat sheets. Yes, for all the people who are part of the batch, don't worry. The hard copy of this cheat sheet, the A3 sheets, will already be sent across to you people itself during the courier so that you can have it then and there itself. Yes, 4 copies for you people to prepare your anchors edition. I'm summarizing this whole thing quickly for you. Concept guide covering all your solutions, all your provisions for you to read for your exams. Solutions are all practice questions and part of the solutions guide. MCQ will be detailed out in the MCQ guide. And for all those people who have to prepare 1.5 days before the exam, go forward and use the cheat sheets. That is what the whole thing is. People who are part of the batch, who are buying the full course, like we discussed the previous time, will be given the whole concept guide as a hard copy. Solutions guides, question part of it as a hard copy. MCQ guide will be given as a PDF copy, and the cheat sheets will be given as a hard copy in black and white format. For those students who are just buying the concept guide, have to drop me a WhatsApp message on 733892325, and the PDF copies of all the three will be shared across with you. MCQ guides, like I clarified, people will need some additional time for me to prepare and come back to you. This is what is there in the Rankers edition of the package, people. This is what I have to share across with all of you. I hope this clarifies the kind of uncertainty you had towards your subject. I know by this time you all are extremely excited as much as I am to share across these books across with all of you. So for those people who are interested in order to buy the books, feel free to reach out to us on Amazon, on Prof Excellency or CA Classroom, or just drop me a WhatsApp message and I can guide you on how I can support you in this. Yes, 3 places and platforms for you to reach out to buy your concept guides. For those people who are buying the batch, please don't worry about it. It's already coming as a part of the package itself. Yes, feel free to reach out to us. Grab all this in just a matter of 400 rupees and you should be able to score so much better for your CA inter exams, ready to be a CA finalist. As soon as you come to CA finals, I have a lot more exciting news for you. So all those friends of mine who are already in CA finals, watch out for some more updates. You should be getting a new video on how your CA final editions look like very, very soon. That is all for today, people. I hope you had an exciting time today. I hope you all have an amazing year going forward, and this year serves to you the purpose which you have been praying so much hard for and battling yourself in such a difficult times. Take care, everyone. Happy learning. Enjoy your days. Bye bye.